Good morning, genius. Since you guys are geniuses, you guys all have heard of the observer effect, right? That in any experiment, you change the experiment simply by observing it at a subatomic particle level. So, when you look at the world and the intentions that you have, the thoughts that you have, the view that you have of you in the world and the worldview that you have of you tends to reflect itself. You will tend to constantly see it. If you're in lack, you will always be missing opportunities based on the 100 bits of data that your brain will capture out of the 15 million bits of data that it is exposed to, 11 to 15 million bits of data. Before we dive into that, by the way, there's going to be 2 live meditations today, 9 a.m. EST and 4 p.m. EST. So email me if you want to be a part of it, and I already have a few people. So I woke up this morning at 4:30 in the morning, and I looked at the time, and I put my head back on the pillow. And I was like, okay, let's get up. Should I make coffee first, or should I let Ty out first? And it just hit me. It just happened. I heard a sound, and I look over, and there were these hundreds of birds just flying over me. And I'm like, oh no. And I put my head back, and I'm like, and I'm just seeing the universe. Sky, and I'm like, oh, it's happening. It's happening. Don't contract. Just surrender. Just surrender. And I put my head back, and it just took over, and I just went places. Took me an hour to recover from that. I tell you guys, it doesn't have to happen in meditation. It will hit you like a thief in the night out of nowhere. Somewhere else too. Could happen anywhere. There's the most, I wish I could tell you guys. I just don't have the words of what happened. Yeah. Anyway. You have one of these mystical experiences, and you'll just get detached. All the bonds from things and people and everything just gets taken away. You upgrade. You become the new, innocent you. And all of a sudden, love is just pouring out of you. All of a sudden, you're so kind and patient, and you just bless anything that you experience. You just need one of those, guys. Keep practicing. Don't miss a day. Don't miss a date with the divine. Back to the observer effect. I made a video last night that Mr. Mike over here died on me. And then I was looking at the video and there was no sound. I wish the sound had just gone back to the phone, but it didn't. I was so happy with the information that just flew out of me last night, but no sound. It's fine. I'm too good to feel bad. But I'm not good enough to feel bad. All right. Observer effect. So, when we look at an atom, when you're not looking at an atom, let's say, and there's electrons around the atom that are not really electrons if you're not observing them. They're in wave form. They're just wave. And they become electrons when you observe them. And what tends to happen is, if this is an atom, And all the electrons are essentially at all places at the same time, all at once. So if you observe at this spot, electron will appear. If you observe here, the electron is now here. If you observe here, the electron is now here. And your observation is collapsing that wave into particle. So with that said, this is why I tell you guys to rediscover your past into the past that you wanted, you wish you had, if you've ever had trauma from the past. And you focus on that. Because of course in the quantum, the perfect past also existed. You just didn't pull it into your reality. But what you can do is think about that past, feel it emotionally, train your body what would have felt like if the perfect past had occurred. What now happens is, even though you didn't experience that in your reality, let's say, but you're now bonded to it emotionally. You're bonded to that perfect energy now. And even though you experienced the bad past, you have now disconnected yourself from it, even though you went through it, but that bond energy has been disconnected, which now affects you differently in the present moment. Because the effect, what is affecting you in the present moment now is the perfect past energy, even though you didn't experience it. Similarly, due to the observer effect. Because those thoughts and the attention on the perfect past and everything is literally chemically changing you and going into your body. It is becoming a thing which bonds you in. So now let's look ahead into the perfect future. The future that you want. When you are paying attention to the perfect future with your eyes closed in meditations, once you get good at it, you can do it with your eyes open. And the more you do that, the more you are so connected to that past, the future, and the more you pay attention to that, which exists out there in the quantum, in the energy form, in the wave form, it is slowly becoming your reality. You're pulling it. And because your reality is more complex than a mere atom, where you can instantly look and observe an electron and it'll be there, you're looking for a complex intention now, right? A lifestyle, healing, abundance, being able to do what you want, becoming the mystical being. It's more than an atom's worth, so it takes a little bit more effort. So as you observe and as you give it your energy, you are slowly connecting to that, and you're slowly collapsing that into particle, into your reality as you pull it closer to you. And when that's happening, you are removing your attention from the current you. Now picture your current you slowly becoming wave back, just like an electron turning into wave when you're not observing it, because you're not giving it your attention, you're not giving it your awareness, you're giving your attention your and awareness to the future you. And as the future you collapses into reality as particles, as the hologram, the old you will slowly become wave and just fade away. You can just bless the old you, which is the current you. So the current you is becoming old you already. You're a hybrid creature. Consider yourself already halfway moved or a little farther moved towards the future you. Why? Because you have the knowledge, because you are more relaxed, or you might have felt something, some twitches, or you're shaking. However things are happening in your meditation, it is literally changing you. It is changing your field. It is changing your autonomic nervous system. The cells are getting new information. The cells are emitting light all the time, which is frequency, and it's having a communication with the quantum. Your intentions are having communications with the quantum all the time, and that is affecting your field, and that is affecting you are becoming a new personality every day, a little bit different than the you last year, let's say, and than the you last month, if you started this work last month, or if you met me last month. So the last month you is now, let's say, last month is 1 month behind, and you are here now. and you are not yet into your current reality, but as the focus stays on the current reality, the future reality, the more your past self will continue to become waves, so it can just go back into the quantum and stay as a possibility, because you want to experience the new version of you with new possibilities, with new realities. And the more you observe it, the more you feel it, the more you emotionally train your body, and the more you keep asking yourself, well, how would the future me eat? What would the future me be eating that might be a little bit different? How would the future me prepare for this interview that I'm about to give? How would the future me sit down for a meditation? How would the future me create intentions? And the more you pay attention to how your future you will do this and that, the more you're becoming him or her. And the more you do that, you're embodying it, your personality is changing. Chemical information's in your body is changing. Autonomic nervous system is getting new information. Your field is becoming newer. Quantum is getting new information. And you're slowly becoming more and more and more particle towards your future you. And the more you're not paying attention to, not observing your past anymore. And when it comes, you just gently push it back. You don't let it into the gate. You're the gatekeeper of your mind. Things that you don't want in your life, just slowly, gently tell them no thank you. Change. No thank you. And the things you want, let those in. You go shopping for clothes, you're like, what would my future self want to wear? What would my future self, would she like that? Then try those. How would your future you greet people? How kind would your future you be? How patient would your future you be stuck in traffic? When I'm stuck in traffic, I'm doing breath work. I'm activating my energy centers. I'm not wasting time. I want the mystical experience. Oh, goodness. Like this morning. And you just got to want it, guys. Just got to want it. The more you observe and focus, you will get to a point where you're walking around your apartment, you're walking around your house, and you'll just start to feel that you're in your future self's house. Even though you're looking at your visualizations will get really good, you'll be able to pretend and feel emotionally even that you are however your future self is living. I get to a point where I can see through his eyes. I can see what he's looking at. I've been having these visions. I can see what he's looking at through his eyes. And I'm not there, but I can see what he can see. It's wild. Guys, when you get a biological upgrade, when you go so deep, when you go into deep delta and when you go into deep gamma, everything changes. The things you touch are not the same anymore. The things you can hear and see are not the same anymore. Everything changes. Whatever your intentions are, whatever you believe about yourself. Some of you guys are like, I'm having suicidal thoughts. Some of you guys are saying, I'm good for nothing. But you're not good enough to feel those. I don't understand why you guys keep making yourself miserable with things that you know you can change. So keep doing the work. If you guys are low on energy during meditation, come to me. I will give you energy. Do a live meditation with me. I'll connect with you. We'll make it happen. This is not that difficult. I had a live meditation last night. It was so profound. For me, it was really, 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 really heavy. And afterwards, we just chatted, back and forth. address some questions, but constantly reframing how you think, constantly reframing how you take in information that you feel. Anytime you feel bad, ask yourself, okay, I'm a human, I can feel this, but for how long? How long should I feel this for? Let me give myself a little deadline. I should not feel this for more than a few minutes, right? But if you ask that question, the answer is, of course, as little as possible. I want this to go away as soon as possible. Jesus, guys, I'm still shaking. Ugh. I'm still recovering. So I am going to answer some emails, comments, and I'm going to then have a meditation with you guys. Those of you that are going to be joining, I already send you guys the invite. And then I'm going to have one at 4 p.m. today. And based on, I'm just playing around with timings right now, so don't hold me to this particular time. And depending on what works for two different zones, Asia and not Asia, then I'll pick those two times and I can then do it every Saturday or every Sunday. However, I don't know. So we'll see. I hope this message was clear. Ask me questions if it wasn't clear. Let's talk about it. Write me an email. A lot of you have my phone number now, so call me. I'm so happy. Stay high on life. I love you.